Hello guys, welcome you all. This is Shakti Academy. Please like our video and share if you like. Don't forget to subscribe our channel. Press bell symbol so that you could get updated videos of our channel. Right? Hello friends. Now we are going to discuss about letter to God. It was the first lesson of the first place for grade CBSE grade 10. So a letter to God is the lesson. The theme of the lesson is nothing but it is about a poor man, as well as he was a hardworking farmer who had extreme faith on God, right? So once upon a time, what happened? His crops were failed to grow. So finally, he thought he was suffering a lots and lots. So he decided to write a letter to God. So that we are going to discuss in this. What he had mentioned in the letter is nothing but he asked money from the God for resowing the land and for 1 year for his family, right? So whether the God sent the money or not, that we are going to discuss in this lesson, right? So a letter to God was written by G.L.Fuentes. So initially G.L.Fuentes was born on 17th November 1895, right? And he was a Mexican novelist, poet, and journalist, right? So in this, he described about the man who named was Lencho, who had extreme faith on God, right? So let's we discuss the summary of the lesson. Is that previously we discussed that there was a man who named Lencho. Actually, he was a poor and hardworking farmer who was living in the crest of the top hill. So there, it was the only one house in the valley, right? So one day what happened, he was expecting the raindrops from the sky, and he was gazing the sky for the long time, so for better crops. So initially in the time there were no rain, so he was very sad, as well as he was expecting the rain from the sky. So at that time it started drizzling, no? So once the rain started drizzling, he compared the raindrops into the new silver coins. In that, the big raindrops are like 10 cent pieces, and the small raindrops are 5 cent pieces. So he compared the raindrops into the silver coins, that the big raindrops were 10 cent pieces and the small raindrops were 5 cent pieces, right? So as soon as immediately these raindrops, the drizzling started into, the transformed into the hailstorm, and it destroyed all the cornfield, cornfield of Lencho. So immediately he got a very disappointment to see it, and he thought that his family would be suffer a lots and loss in this year, and they will be die due to hungry, right? So that he had no any other option, and anything, he doesn't have anything, because he was billing only the land and the corn and everything. So actually he was expecting a better crop in that year, but everything failed due to the hailstorm. So that he was very sad, and he did not sleep for the night, and finally he thought that his only faith is that God. So because previously we discussed that he had extreme faith on God, so he thought that only God will help us. Apart from God, nobody is going to help us. So he thought that. Then after the next day, the Sunday, immediately he went to the post office, right? Immediately he went to the post office, and there he started writing a letter to God that, dear God, my cornfield were fully destroyed due to hailstorm. So please kindly send 100 pesos for resowing again, as well as for my family, for until the crops will be harvested, right? So how many pesos? He asked 100 pesos from the God. So finally he enveloped he covered and everything, and on the envelope he wrote to God, and finally he put the letter into the mailbox, right? So in the next day, when the postman from the post office had taken the letter, immediately he started laughing, and he had shown the letter to the post master of the office, and every people in the post office started laughing by seeing the letter. So immediately the postmaster thought that he doesn't want to shake the poor man's faith on God. So he discussed with his colleague, and finally he started collecting money from his colleagues for sending to Lencho. So here postmaster put his part of his salary, as well as he collected some money from his employees but however he could collect only 70 pesos instead of 100 pesos, right? So after that he collected 70 pesos and he put the monies into the letters and he signed the letter God. Here, why did the postmaster sign the letter God is nothing but initially he doesn't want to shake the postman's faith on God, so that's what he signed the letter God. In the next Sunday, when the Lencho came to the post office, that time the postmaster handed him the letter. That Lencho was not all surprised by receiving the letter. Here, why Lencho did not get surprised by receiving the letter is nothing but initially he knows that God will send us money, which means he had extreme faith on God. So that what happened? When he opened the envelope, he became very angry and counting the money, there were only 70 pesos in the envelope. So after that, what happened? He thought that actually he asked 100 pesos from God, but once he counted the money, he found only 70 pesos in the letter. So he got very angry and immediately he wrote another letter to God and put it in the mailbox, right? So once the postmaster took the letter from the mailbox and he opened it and finally he read it, and Lencho requested to God to send the rest of money. So here this is a irony, right? So first actually here the postmaster sent the money to God, Lencho, but Lencho doesn't know who had sent the money. But here what happened? Again Lencho had written the 30 pesos, right? Again he had written the letter to the God by asking the 30 pesos. So here God actually, according to the Lencho, he thought that God never made a mistake. So, however, God had sent 100 pesos to me, but here the 30 pesos has been taken, stolen by the post office employees. So here the Lencho, what he said is nothing but hereafter don't send the money through mail as according to him, but so don't send the mail through him. So instead you can hand it over me directly, which means the post office employees were the bunch of crooks, right? So here why did he mention that the post office employees were the bunch of crooks is nothing but basically he had extreme faith on God. So according to him, the God would not made a mistake by sending the money. So here God had sent 100 pesos, but the 30 pesos has been taken away from the post office employees. So again he had written the letter to God by asking the 30 pesos, and that's what he said, that these post office employees were bunch of crooks.